starting.
Hello, guys. Welcome back to Spaghetti for Your Thoughts, the podcast.
I'm Greta.
I'm Jenica.
And we are coming to you live from Jenica's car.
We are. Exciting times.
We're hoping to anyway. If all you see is a photo, then you know it didn't work out.
Yes.
Because let me tell you guys, it has been a nightmare just getting in this vehicle to do this today.
We have been through hell and back for this
we
right
really
now.
Have. We lost Jenny's little mic.
Mm-hmm. It was in between the seats.
And then we almost spilled all my water. And then both of us had to pee. And then I almost left your keys inside again.
We had to get headphones. This camera has not been working.
Yep, so it'll be a miracle.
We can't see the screen, so we don't know what it's looking at right now. So, anywho, this is all a, what do you call it? Trial by fire?
Work in progress.
Work in progress.
Amen. So should we just jump right in?
Let's jump right in. So there has been something that has been making me chuckle recently that I wanted to share with you.
Can't wait. I love a chuckle.
You know the glambot, right? Like the celebrities doing their glambot things on the red carpets.
Yes, the best.
Okay,
the best.
So have you seen Joey King's famous glambot?
I haven't. I even forget what makes it funny, but it's a good one.
So it was like 3 years ago or something, and then all of a sudden it resurfaced, and like everyone was talking about how bad it was. I remember her saying like she was so happy no one was like really talking about it, and then all of a sudden it came back.
We're back, baby. We don't forget a thing.
It's so funny. She has this like little bob, and like she flips around, and the slow motion is her like giving a thumbs up, and it looks like she has no teeth. She's like,
oh no.
Anyway, she makes fun of herself for it. It's hilarious. So my question to you is, would you rock the glambot?
Absolutely not. I've actually thought about this because I'm just like, what would I do?
Yeah, what would you do for your glambot?
I mean, it depends on what your dress is doing, like how flowy it is. Like you get that involved a little bit.
Like pick it up and drop it.
And the hair thing too, just be like, what's up? We should get a glambot. We should post it on our Instagram.
Funny.
What would you do? Do you think you'd do
I don't know. I think I'd do terrible
at it. Oh, me too.
I was asking Julia that. She's like, I would kill it. And I'm like, okay, let's see it. And she's like, I can't. I have to be all dolled up. I have to be. I'm like, then you wouldn't kill it.
Exactly. That's the thing of like, you either have the charisma or you don't. You have the riz or you don't.
So anyway, I thought that was so funny that people are talking about that glambot now. And it's like totally going around.
I'm crying.
And then I got on this rabbit hole. There's something rabbit.
But what's the hole? What's the train?
Rabbit hole.
But is it just on the train? I've just been on the train.
No, I went down a bunny trail.
It's rabbit hole, like Alice in Wonderland, where you go on a whole adventure, a whole journey.
Okay, well that's what I meant then.
But when you said train, that's also saying, is it just I've been on the train?
I've been on the train.
That doesn't sound like the whole thing.
Anyway, beside the point, I've been on a journey. I went down a rabbit hole. Yep. It is rabbit hole.
Yes.
But I said rabbit train.
I kind of like a rabbit train.
Okay, went on a rabbit train and was looking at all these celebrities' glambots, and they're so
I've seen
funny.
Like ranked ones of the worst, and I didn't necessarily agree with them. But which ones that stood out to you? Like
I don't remember
good or bad? Me neither. Comment down below your favorite glambots. We'll Google them.
And then there's like some people that I think would kill them and they don't, or something. And it's like Andrew Garfield's was so weird.
Oh my word.
Check out Andrew Garfield.
I saw that a lot of the comments were though like it depends on who is running the glambot too. Because
I thought it was always that guy with the big hair.
Is it? Because sometimes like the moment it zooms and gets slow is not the moment that the celebrity was prepared for it to be. So then it gets kind of awkward. Like I think whoever was doing, I think it was the Golden Globes this time, did not do a good job.
Okay.
I could be wrong about that. But I feel like the last stint of them was like, these were all kind of bad.
Okay. Well, I know that they were trying to do this weird thing where the celebrities like signing the cameras, and it did not.
That was a thing. I liked the idea, but I feel like I could have told you, I'm like, I think that's a cool idea, but actually think how that's gonna look.
Well, if the ink was like more prominent, it would have been good, but it was so faded and
that's a good point. Plus for me it's like their signatures are already pretty much illegible. And then the other thing is they're flipped around when you're signing it. So the whole thing just looks kind of stupid.
Yeah, agreed.
It's just a squiggle of dry ink on a lens.
It didn't eat, as the kids would say.
Put the fries in the bag, Rizzler John.
Speaking of famous people, though, you know who's been popping up a lot on my social media?
Millie Bobby Brown?
No.
Oh.
Benny Blanco. Because he's, engaged to Selena Gomez, which is such a weird pairing, but good for them.
Amen.
But anyway, I was like not realizing that he has literally made all the bangers of our generation.
Has he?
Like all the 2010 bangers.
I'm gonna age myself again.
By Maroon 5. What else?
I was obsessed with that.
Fire Burnin'. Like all
Somebody
the
like 911.
all the class. I think it was Fire Burnin', or it was Eeny Meeny one of those.
Regardless,
anyway,
not a problem.
I was going through all the songs that he's created. Mm-hmm. He's produced almost all of the bangers from 2010.
I'm going to age myself here. His whole thing is he's a producer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He writes songs, too. I think he's a producer and he writes music.
Cool.
And anyway, he's a crack up of a guy.
Yeah.
He's a weirdo.
I like how he, the way he engages with the media about his relationship with Selena is very self-deprecating. He's like, yeah, I know I don't deserve her. It's all kind of weird and twisted.
It's all really weird. And I feel like, isn't it weird how many followers Selena Gomez has? Yeah, she has like the most Instagram followers aside from like one of those soccer players.
Oh, yeah.
She has like over 290 million or something. But
you know
crazy.
What's funny is of every celebrity, she was just the perfect age to be networking. Like since Barney until present, she's been networking.
But why her and not Demi Lovato? Oh, because Demi Lovato, yeah. 421 million.
Are there?
Can you even comprehend that number?
I was going to say something stupid. I was like, are there even that many people on the planet? But there are.
There's billions.
That's crazy. Even if half of those are bots and half are bots, still.
You think she bought followers?
No, but like I think there are a lot of people on Instagram who aren't real people that just follow things,
or a bunch of fan accounts.
Right,
stuff,
exactly.
But still,
multiples.
That's
of those
an insane
things.
number.
Yeah, that's
like
crazy.
Justin Bieber has like half that.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's J Biebs up to lately?
There's rumor that he's gonna be dropping a new album soon.
Oh my
And best believe I will spend any amount of money to see that man.
Oh yeah, because I mean, is that how it always works? Like you drop an album and then you tour? Like,
well, I mean that's the general algorithm.
Squat. I think I've been to maybe 10 concerts in my life. Maybe.
That's not
how many do you think you've been to?
Probably 20.
That's double.
Well, yeah, but still, that's not a lot. But like, we know people in our lives who go to concerts like
hundreds of times a year.
Yeah.
Not an exaggeration.
Well, hundreds of times a year.
Once a week at least? Okay, 50 concerts a year. That's a lot.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
Anyway. Okay, Benny Blanco. Love to see it.
Yeah, I was just like shocked that he has written some bangers. Check out Benny Blanco's songs and you will be a little bit surprised. Oh, I think I actually wrote down all the songs that he's done. All I need's a little love. Okay, we don't need to go on this journey.
Yes,
moving on. No, there's too many.
Okay.
But speaking of you feeling old.
Amen.
We thought it would be fun. Well, Greta, this was your idea.
Why don't you go ahead and pitch it?
Okay.
You're on your way.
We thought it would be fun to do like a little segment on our pod where we each say something that week that made us feel extra old.
This week.
To
keep you updated on the actual aging we were experiencing.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So, did you think of something?
I did. And part of this could maybe be we compete to see whose was worse, but we're not super competitive people, so we'll see. What's that about, my guy? Little straw?
Just a little issue.
Getting hydrated for your big moment here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so mine, I bet yours is going to be a lot funnier than mine. Mine was just, okay, great. Mine was, so this week we got a new van at work. Okay. And so my boss was like, go down to the dealership. I ordered some mats for the car. They came in, go pick up the mats for the van. I drive down to the dealership. I pick up the mats. There are two guys sitting at the desk. I tell the guy, hey, I'm just here to pick up the mats. They're for my boss, blah, blah, blah. He's like, okay, I'll go back and get those. So I'm standing there waiting. I look at my phone. I see I missed a call from my boss. So I call him back.
I love this is a whole
story, and it's just
incredible.
Not interesting.
Keep going. No, I'm loving it.
This is what's making me feel old. Telling you the story about me buying car mats.
This is aging us right now.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm on the phone with my boss, and he and I are talking about the old van, because we're trying to sell the old van, and we were just joking about this van and getting it sold. And then I hang up the phone, I'm just sitting there, and the other guy at the desk goes, so do you work for like a small dealership? And I was like, do I sound like I could sell a car?
I love that.
And I know that people younger than me are car dealers. I understand that. That's not what makes me feel old. It's the fact that I'm standing here in like business attire being like, yeah,
like
sell
a corporate
the van.
Worker.
And he's just like, so you work for a dealership? And I'm like, I could work for a dealership? That's crazy. Amazing. So that's my story. It just kind of made me feel like, oh, I'm a woman and I could do that.
She's posturing herself like a woman.
I don't know. It just kind of gave me this weird confidence. I was like, I guess I could be. I guess I could tell him any story about my life. And he's like, yeah, I believe
know.
You.
I think that just like working in general, I'm like, I'm doing the same job as these 40-year-old ladies.
I know.
Like, we're all doing the same job. We're peers.
Like for you as a teacher, when you were a kid, you saw your teacher and like, that's a grown up. You're like, that's me now.
I guess that's me.
So that kind of stuff just makes me feel old. Like, yeah, I have a big girl job, or I could have a car dealership. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But
love
anyway,
that. Okay, cute.
That's a small one.
Cute story.
Yeah, it's not exactly what I feel like this series would expect, where it's like, I found out that Strawberry Shortcake is 30 years old, blah, blah, blah. Like,
weird.
That kind of stuff ages us,
well,
but
Friends,
this was niche.
Like, Friends season 1, they were like 24, so they were younger than we are now.
Ugh.
That kind of
See, that's the kind of stuff I'm expecting from this miniseries, but this is what stood out to me.
Maybe I should just make that mine.
Yeah, well, you could. I want to hear what you had, though.
No, my actual one was, I sent you this video midweek this week about that teacher. She like shows her students like pictures of people that are like pop culture people or like people we would know from our generation, and she has her middle school students like write on a sticky note who they think it is. And so she had a picture of Hannah Montana on her screen, and not a single student knew who that was.
And it was weird when I watched it, because I was like, I don't know what I'm expecting. These children were born 7 years ago.
I know. So of course they don't know who Hannah Montana is, but she seems like an icon.
And that's what ages us, is like, we just think these people are eternal and they're going to have Barbies at Walmart forever of Miley Cyrus, but they don't. And
that made me feel really
just
old.
Blows the mind.
But the weird thing, like you said, is they were saying like Shakira. Like, two students said Shakira.
And I'm just like, how do you know who Shakira is? Isn't she in jail?
Not Hannah Montana.
Is Shakira in jail?
Is Shakira in jail?
Didn't she go to prison for
don't know anything about that.
What? Shakira went to prison briefly, like a couple years ago.
For what?
I think like
shaking her hips too hard?
Wait, how does she sound? My hips don't lie.
That was really good. Let's take a moment for that. Wow.
Oh, my side. I need a drink of water.
That makes you feel old. She can't even be Shakira without having a problem.
My hips did lie. My hips let me down big time.
Shakira's would never.
Shakira.
No, but why did she go to jail? Do you have any information?
I think it was like a tax fraud thing, a tax evasion thing. I know, right? It's so boring.
Do something creative if you're gonna go to jail.
Like, impress us. What did Martha Stewart do? Didn't she also do a tax thing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What about Laura or Aunt Becky?
She did
Lori Loughlin.
It was some sort of fraud about college. Like,
didn't she like get her kid into college some unethical way or something?
Yes, and I guess that's a crime punishable by law. Blah blah blah. Hey guys, just so you know, the video did cut out because we ran out of storage space.
Who knew it took so much gigabytes to film anything?
Oh, shocker! Something's not going smoothly around here. Anyway, so sorry. The rest is going to be audio only, but hopefully next week we'll have that figured out. So to those of you who are sticking around with us, we appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. All right.
Okay, the next thing that I have written down here, okay, these are so stupid, but I'm kind of cracking up.
Okay, that's what our podcast is, so bring it on.
Yesterday or 2 nights ago, Thomas and I were singing 99 Bottles of Beer on the Wall, and we went through the whole thing. Just the two of us, sitting in our room.
That's not so.
It is.
That sounds miserable.
It was one of those things where we started and then we're like, we're 5 in. I think we should get done here. So we sang the whole thing, which was a chore, but we were so excited when we got to like 5, 4, 3.
Right.
Anyway, so my question was, the verse goes, take one down, pass it around. And I'm like, are we just letting the bottle take a lap? Are we each taking a swig from this bottle? Or are we divvying them out? Like, have you ever considered the lyric? Have you sang the song? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Take one down, pass it around, drinkity drink till the milk runs out.
Drinkity drink till the milk runs out. This is the PG version.
Yeah, milk.
Okay, sure.
What do you say?
We always said pop. We always said pop as kids. Take one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of pop on the wall.
Okay.
But it's just take one down, pass it around. 97.
We say take one down, pass it around, drinkity drink till the milk runs out.
Well, that's
and
cute.
Then you start again. 99 bottles.
That's a lot of milk.
It's insane.
You will throw up.
Yeah. So I'm thinking, take one down, pass it around.
Like each person gets one. We have 100 friends.
I think yes. I think what we're doing is just passing it down.
Just like, hey, take one, pass it down.
Mm-hmm.
That guy 99 people away from me, he's going to get this warm bottle of beer.
Or milk, even worse.
Okay. That's just a brief thought I was having.
That's hilarious. I could be wrong, but...
I mean, I was just curious. I was like, wait, pass it around. What does that mean?
But us having different versions of it makes me think of that thing that was going around where people were saying, like, everyone has a different version of...
like those things you do on the playground.
What's the thing where you hit your hands and round in a circle?
Oh, just like...
And it's like hippity hop. You know what I'm talking about?
The watermelon.
The frog thing.
Yeah, down by the bank.
Down by the banks.
Watermelons grow.
Okay.
No, down by the banks of the hanky-panky
where the bullfrog jumps from bank to bank, saying eeps, ipes, opes, ops. Jumps off the lily pad and goes kerplops.
Thank goodness.
We do the same one.
We do.
Okay, if you guys have something different, please let me know.
Because people say eeps, ipes, opes, oops. And I'm like, what?
But there's way weirder ones than that. Like people say weird stuff.
So yeah, comment
jumps off the lily pad, kerplop, or something. Like there's like just a bunch of different versions, and it blew my mind that not everybody said the same thing. I think it's regional. Like
if you're from the Midwest, you say oops, because that's what Midwesterners say anyway.
Yes.
Oops, gonna squeeze past you here.
Oops, excuse me.
Yeah, exactly. Oops, oops. I hate that so much.
Do you know when Picasso died?
Okay, the fact that you're asking me probably means it was recent. Like 2015 or something.
Greta.
Is it 2015?
No.
Okay.
Is it true? No, it's not 2015.
Okay,
are you kidding me?
Okay, wait, when did he I don't even... Okay, I went to art school, kind of.
Yeah, you should know this.
I don't know squat about him.
Anybody.
Like when he lived, don't know. Okay. It was the 1900s, yeah?
Wow, that's better than most people. I
Really?
thought he was literally from like the 1800s,
Really?
1700s. Like,
I mean, wasn't he like the 1950s or 60s?
So he died in 1973.
Okay.
Which this was not fun news to deliver to you because everyone else I've told has been shocked to their core.
Wait, they're like, what? I thought he was from the 1700s.
Yes, exactly.
Really? Okay, see, so I'm probably doing pretty well with my education.
I'm really impressed with you.
Okay, fantastic.
Art school's paying off. All that money was for something.
Woo! I know vaguely the century Picasso lived.
Can you name a Picasso painting?
Yeah, something, it's like...
Nice.
It's like something blue. Blue something. I don't know.
I bet most artists have something named Blue.
Yeah, they're fair enough. Right on.
No, I can't, but I didn't go to art school.
I got half a point. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I should do better.
Anyway, that was lame that you didn't care about that, but I'm happy
I do care. I think that's a hilarious question that you're like, listen here, this is a big deal. Okay, another one I have here was farewell is such a cute way to say goodbye.
It is.
Like, be well, farewell. We should bring it back.
Oh, when you really think about that.
Farewell. Are you faring well? Farewell. You know? It's nice, isn't it? So I think we should bring that back. And I'm going to say that when I leave you today.
I think most things... I appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think most things that we say on the daily are cuter than we give them credit for.
I wish I could think of some off the top of my
even
head.
Goodbye.
Or good morning, just in general.
That's
goodbye.
So sweet.
Super cute.
Good. I hope you're having a good morning and a good night.
Yeah. What about like, hey dog?
Okay. Speaking of things being cute though.
Yep.
I saw this video of this girl who was saying, like, when you walk around today and everyone's wearing an outfit, just think, how cute is it that they looked at that outfit and said, I'm going to wear that today.
That's
like everyone
really
picked
cute.
Their outfit.
Like even the people who didn't really meticulously go, oh, okay, I'm coordinating this with this. It's like they picked it out, they put it on,
and they thought today's the day for this sweater.
That's kind of adorable.
Oh, I just love things that are like humans are so precious.
They kind of can be so cute, and I'm like, stop, you're too cute.
Like the little things we do.
I love that. Precious. I love that.
Speaking of things that are cute, though, like another video I saw. This is where I get everything done.
I saw this on TikTok.
I know, I hate myself for it, but here we are.
No, it's precious. We each have our roles.
But someone was saying, like, walkie-talkie. What would happen if, like, the person who named walkie-talkie named other things? And it was just, I wish I could think of, like, the other ones they said.
Well, it's kind of like how you and I were talking today about how fireplace is just so literal.
Waterfall.
It's the place where fire
is
goes.
What it is.
Waterfall. The water is falling. It's the same thing. Walkie-talkie.
Yeah,
it's so cute.
Oh, one was like, Parmesan could be spaghetti confetti.
Oh my!
I know. I should have screenshotted the list because there were so many cute ones.
So cute. Again, people are so cute. They're so funny.
I know.
Look at those brains at work. Oh my word! Anyway. Spaghetti confetti. Let's bring that in.
Don't you love that?
I do. I think that's actually so functional and fun. We put the fun and functional with spaghetti confetti.
Do you remember a few podcasts back when I was telling you how? Oh, I didn't know they were making a live action Rapunzel.
Correct.
And I was like,
I actually wanted to talk about this with you.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Well. Before I was saying that, who was it? Timothée Chalamet and Florence Pugh were going to be the main characters. Okay, this week, I see that Cynthia is going to be Rapunzel.
As in Cynthia Erivo?
Exactly.
Oh, I have seen that, actually. I just feel like that's one of those rumors purely because she's so popular right now. They're like, well, we got to put her somewhere.
I mean, like, let down your hair, someone said, and I thought that was so funny. She's so bald. Like,
funny. I mean, you know, she had that gorgeous wig in Wicked. So
yeah, I know it's
because
possible.
regardless of how they do it, the actress is going to be wearing a wig, like no matter who you are.
Yeah.
So I guess she could.
But there was just like a bunch of people in the comments like, why are we doing this?
I know, that's not fitting at all.
She is white with long blonde hair and blue eyes.
I'm okay with, like, if someone has talent and they fit the role, go for it. But I also think I'm like, Rapunzel is Rapunzel, the way she looks, her vibe, everything. And I'm just like, we don't need to go off the beaten path. Like, you're making a remake, like, stick to the blueprint.
That's how I feel about it, but
I agree. Well,
but anyway, I don't think that's real. I think
that's just fans, fans are just trying to manifest that because they're like, she's so talented, we need to see her in more stuff. What's the next thing coming up? Maybe Rapunzel or Tangled, you know?
So silly.
The one I saw this week was, I don't think you know who Milo Manheim is.
I don't.
But everyone's like, he should be Flynn. And I was like, okay, I can actually see that happening. I just feel like he's pretty young, and so I feel like that would change the direction of the movie, but I'm not opposed to it. I'll show you a picture of him, but I feel like you're not going to agree with it.
Okay.
But he definitely has the charisma I think could work.
What's he in? Would he be in anything I know?
The only thing I've seen him in is he's in, like, Disney Channel stuff.
Oh, okay. So this would be his big break, huh?
He just looks like a pretty white boy.
Oh, he kind of does look like him. But he has the charisma. Though. But yeah, he is a baby.
Yeah. Well, he's probably our age, maybe a little older even. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, I've seen him act, and I feel like he actually does have the charisma to pull off Flynn, and he's like, that's a dream role, I would love to do that.
So. Oh, he spoke on it.
Yeah, he did. He was interviewed, and they're like, you know people want you for Flynn Rider. He's like, I've not heard that, and I'm so down.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
okay.
Really
I could also see Andrew Garfield doing it, but he might be too old.
But see, this is what I'm saying is, if you pick Milo for the role, that's going to bring a whole different energy to the movie. It's like, okay, we need people who are literally 18.
Yeah.
Or if you do Andrew Garfield, it's like, okay, so we're looking at 30-year-olds pretending to be 18, which we're not opposed to.
We've been there.
We've been there, and we're okay with it. That's we suspend our disbelief for that kind of thing.
I would for Andrew, honestly.
Suspend our disbelief for Andrew Garfield.
Yes, we do. Stitch that on a pillow.
I love that. When we get a set for the podcast, we'll have a pillow that says that.
Oh my goodness, can we please?
Write that down.
Somebody write that down
Somebody write that down. Write in the comments.
Ew, you know what's so creepy that I saw? Animals without fur.
Ew.
Any animal without fur, it is repulsive.
So what did you see specifically?
Well, obviously a hairless cat, gross.
Always
I saw a bear without hair.
Bears are frightening.
Oh, it looked like a human, like hunched over creepy. On all fours. I was scarred for life.
It's uncanny.
I was holding my phone out far from my eyes because I was so scared, but I was intrigued. Do you know that, what I'm talking about?
I had to look through the slits in my fingers to look at the hairless bear.
Like, it was repulsive. And they showed koalas without hair.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Ooh.
So scary. And then people are like, look up a koala in the rain.
Ew. No. I can't believe we both did.
That was identical.
It was. That's so gross.
Yeah.
I can imagine it. I'm going to have to Google this because that's awful. Everybody Google it and tell me how awful it is.
Well, just Google, like, animals without hair, I'm just gonna be unwell for
hairless
the next
koala.
week. Yeah, wait, search it. Okay. Search it up.
Hairless koala. That kind of reminds me of when people are, like, looking at the skulls of different animals and be like, what animal do you think this is? And it's really hard to tell. For example, they thought that elephant skulls were cyclops skulls because they have, like, a big hole in the forehead.
Really?
Yeah, and so,
What's the hole for?
I think it's...
I was about to say their trunk.
The trunk comes out,
is it actually
like, it's placed in such a way that I think it might be the trunk. I don't know.
Okay, because I was like, I feel like I'm going to be so stupid by saying this, but
did you find a hairless koala? Oh, Okay, but these are like babies.
Oh, no, it was way scarier
like
than
that.
But that's gross.
It kind of looks like
Why are they all babies?
an ankle slicer from the Chronicles
look up
of
a
Narnia.
koala in the rain. You will not recover.
I'm not excited. Oh boy.
And then look up a hairless bear. This is so entertaining for you guys, isn't it?
Everybody go on Google with me right now. Let's do it. Everyone stop what you're doing. I'm not kidding.
This is perfect
Koala
audio content right here.
Oh,
isn't it so?
It's like melting.
Yeah, it looks like a demon.
Because this is really honestly closer to the personality of a koala.
Because they're mean, right?
They're mean. They carry chlamydia.
Oh,
they're
awesome.
Just awful.
I'm going to Australia in June.
Oh, so go ahead and touch a koala.
And I really want to, actually.
Okay, but do it in an environment that's correct.
Obviously, I'm not going to go to the jungle and
I just looked at you and remembered who you were. Because first of all, you would never.
She was looking at her phone. She's like, okay, make sure, and looks over at me. Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You hypochondriac freak. What else was I doing? Hairless bear. Okay, real quick, we're doing hairless bear.
Just quick, bear with us.
If you will. Hairless bear.
Oh, did you see it?
Ew. Oh, what? It does kind of look like a person.
I know.
It looks like a person on all fours. Ugh.
Yeah, it's so
I have
scary.
Seen something similar before, but just Googling a bunch of them, oofta.
Yeah,
that looks like a freaky monster.
It'll give you the chills.
Right on.
So anyway, that was scary.
Very frightening. This is kind of back to saying cute things like farewell is a cute way to say goodbye. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of the opposite, though. When's the last time you said you're welcome when someone said thank you? And is it kind of awkward?
I think almost every time.
You do, for real.
Wait.
Like if I just said, hey, Jen, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ew. Does that not feel weird to you?
I guess in that context. But today you said, thanks for driving. I said, you're welcome.
Okay.
Didn't I?
I guess that makes sense. But like if
and like when my students say thank you, Miss also I say, you're welcome.
Okay. I guess so. But I'm just imagining like, say a waitress brings you your water and you're like, thank you. You're welcome. That feels weird to me.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like we've moved into like, you bet, or like,
it's like
no problem.
Like it's an assumed you're welcome. The fact that you're saying thank you, you were all assuming that I'm like, oh, no worries. Yeah. But like to say you're welcome, for some reason in my mind, it feels kind of entitled or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to explain it, but okay.
No, I understand what you're saying. It feels snooty. Like, yeah, you're welcome.
It's just like, I recognize I did that for you.
Right.
Versus like, I just feel like it undermines the fact that they said thank you.
I think
somehow.
Us saying like, making it sarcastic as we have in our culture, like you're welcome,
or just
has become a thing,
or the fact that we kind of have to soften the blow but be like no worries,
right?
That either way you do it, it's like it feels weird to just, I feel like, embrace just you're welcome, like completely sincerely.
No, yeah, I see that.
I don't know, but anyway, okay, that's just a thought I was having.
Okay, so I was having this conversation with my mom and sisters this week, and I offered them this question, and we had very differing opinions on it. So my mom and I were on the same team, and my sisters were on the same team.
Okay, interesting.
The question I presented to them was, which letter of the alphabet would win in a fight?
Okay, first,
so I'm gonna let you just take it.
First thing that comes to mind, Q is scrappy.
Q is one of our options.
Q is very scrappy, and it
totally agree.
Yes, it takes you by surprise because you think it's soft. It's not. It's got that harsh edge. Got that. Yeah, it'll stab you. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So Q is the first thing.
It'll surprise you a bit because it's round, and you're like, oh, Q. Exactly. And then it has that tail.
That's the thing. It's like, where'd you come from? Where'd you go?
And I'm obviously visualizing uppercase.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, okay. We're not doing lowercase. No. That's really frightening.
No.
The next thing that comes to mind, kind of adjacent to the Q, is the letter U. Because it also has that similar roundness with the foot. That's just like...
Ooh. The foot? Yep. The uppercase doesn't have a foot.
It could. Depending on the font.
Almost never does.
What font are you using? Serif?
I'm a Times New Roman girly.
I'm a Times New Roman bold. Q is like the
Comic
biggest
Sans,
one.
Actually.
I'm trying to think. F could be rough.
Okay, none of these were our choices.
Okay, but Q is my big one. Yeah. I keep coming back to it in my mind. What was everyone saying?
So me and my mom said W.
W.
There's a lot going on with W.
W crossed my mind.
He's got some kick to him. I mean,
he's very
he can
buff.
use his arms in so many ways. And he's stable on the ground. Okay. Julia and Caitlin said M.
which is like the opposite.
Because M is upside down. How is he going to get kicking?
Here's the thing. That's the thing. W has what M doesn't, which is M is standing resolute, but it's not going to throw hands. Exactly. W is ready to go.
Yes, he's prepped.
And is still at the same time stable and on the earth.
Exactly.
100%.
It has all the benefits of M, but with more.
M is sharp, but it's not going to do anything about it.
Agreed. I also felt like T has some kick.
T. Yep. T crossed my mind as well. Yeah. Should have said it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it almost feels too on the nose.
And they were also saying A, and I was like, in what world?
Because it's sharp. They're really into the things that come to a point.
Right. And I'm like, that's not what we're looking for here.
That's, again, screaming stability, not like, I'm going to fight.
Right. We need some scrap.
Come on.
We need a letter with some scrap.
Scrappiness. That is the ticket, I'm thinking.
Also, don't you feel like Q should be so much further in the alphabet than it is?
Like, further away from A?
Yes.
I feel like it is. Q is definitely last half.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q,
R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. It's almost in the middle, kind of near
I feel like it needs to be down with those weird guys.
L, M, N, O, P?
Like Y and Z.
It's the cousin to it. It's right there.
It has YZ energy. Why is it 100%. Up with the other guys?
Why do we feel that way? Like the last half of the alphabet is unapproachable. It's because we don't get familiar with it.
No, we are so cozy with those beginning letters.
A, B, C, and D. Have you seen that video on Instagram that's been going around where D is like questioning why he wasn't in the lineup of A, B, C? And he's
but that sounds hilarious.
It was so funny. I'll send it to you. He's like, I guess they just didn't want me.
Oh, that is sad. Yeah, why did we choose this up at C?
I know. Or why don't we be like A to Z's? A to Z's.
Yes. Why are we saying, do you know your ABCs?
Yeah. Do you know your letters? Why do we say ABCs at all?
Right.
It's like a slang thing.
Yeah, it is. Do you know the alphabet? Would be the appropriate thing to say.
Exactly.
ABC.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Do, re, mi, ABC.
Why are we singing it like this? So creepy.
Oh my goodness.
That is a hoot.
Okay, anyway, moving on from letters.
I love a letter.
Can you say the alphabet backwards before we move on, actually?
You can, because you're a kindy teach. But
I didn't used to be able to, but now I can.
Z, Y, X, W, V, U, T, S, R, U.
Q, P, O.
See, this is where
you wanted Q to be.
Q's got to be further in. You're right. You're right. That's true. That's the instinct.
No, but that would have mean you wanted it earlier and you didn't, so.
Well, there it is.
So you kind of can't. It
sounded promising. I got like a third of the way in.
Yeah.
But you got it. You want to go for it?
Oh, no, I'm good. Just trust me that I know it.
Okay, interesting. We'll have to... She's not going to put her money where her mouth is.
In person.
Hey, Jenica from Spaghetti for Your Thoughts. Say the alphabet backwards. Do it.
Do it now. Oh, my
word.
You know what's deeply upsetting to me still to this day?
So many things, but what?
Blackfish.
Oh, my word. I know. I was actually thinking about it literally a couple days ago.
Whales in captivity.
Yep.
Why are we still doing this?
The quote that rings in my ears when I think about Telecom and Shamu is that one lady from Blackfish who said
the bathtub thing.
The bathtub thing.
I knew
like
you
it's
were
like it's
bring
unnatural
that up,
because it has an effect. You're like,
it really does.
It could kind of be apples
for the people.
Oranges.
Tell them the quote.
So I think it was a news reporter. Mm-hmm. So okay, let's back up a little more. We're talking about a documentary called Blackfish. It's really good. Look it up. It's about SeaWorld, specifically about the life of Shamu and all his relatives.
And Telecom.
Yes, that's his real name. Anyway.
Wait, that's Shamu's real name? Why did I forget that?
Yeah. Telecom. His show name is Shamu.
Okay.
His stripper name is Shamu.
He's like a Lady Gaga here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Starring Shamu.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, it just follows like the controversy behind SeaWorld in general, and it also shows a lot of the deaths that have happened at SeaWorld through the trainers who have been killed by the whales because of these aggressive behaviors that come out because they are wild animals.
And they're not supposed to be in a pool.
Right. And so I would say Jenica and I aren't generally super liberal in our social ways of thinking, but I do think that documentary has had a very lasting effect on us.
It has. And zoos, I won't go to zoos. I have to for our field trip every year, but I just hate it.
Putting on blinders.
It's horrifying. It's horrifying to me.
So in the documentary, there was a news reporter who was getting really upset, and she said something along the lines of, is it natural? Like, can you imagine sitting in a bathtub for the rest of your life as a human being, basically?
Yeah.
Because that's basically the size that a whale is dealing with when they travel thousands of miles in the wild and literally maybe have a quarter of a mile to swim in every day.
Yeah.
It's upsetting. But I've been craving that documentary. It's super good.
It's a deeply upsetting situation. And I think they ban whales being in captivity like maybe a few years back, right?
I think what it was you cannot breed whales in captivity anymore.
But they have to keep... Is Tilikum still alive?
No. But I think some of his children are.
I think there's like a couple that are left, but they can't release them back into the wild because they were bred there, so they don't have the skills and capacity to be in the ocean anymore.
They couldn't hunt. I mean, I don't think this was even in the documentary, but Thomas was telling me, because whales are such social animals in general, they tried to release one of the SeaWorld creatures or something like that into the ocean, but it kept going up to the beach because it wanted to be by people, which is so heartbreaking.
Like so sad.
But yeah, it's dangerous, and they can't live like that. That's no way to live. So a lot of them have to still be in captivity for that reason.
It's devastating. I saw this like aerial view of like one of the whales that's in captivity, and they don't even like use this whale anymore or something, so it's just pretty much waiting to die, and it's been there since like 1970 or something, and it's still there. This was in 2024.
I'm curious, like, at that
and it was
point,
just like pacing back and forth in this tiny little body of
I'm
water.
wondering if it's depressed, and I'm also wondering at what point is it like, do you euthanize an animal that's in that situation?
Honestly,
where's the moral argument for that? I don't
feel
know.
Like that's more moral than letting it suffer for 50 years.
But the question is, like, is it suffering?
Not 50, 30.
Even because if it was bred in captivity and it doesn't know any other thing, would it be suffering, or is it not suffering? And then like the whole thing of how their dorsal fins,
I was just gonna say,
collapse. Yeah. Versus like the ones in the wild, their dorsal fins are straight up and very taut. And people who work at SeaWorld are like, oh no, that's normal. Their dorsal fin walls collapse, and everyone's like, BS. That is so not true.
Have you seen an orca in the wild?
Yeah. So it was a very effective documentary.
But whales are so cool. My class was learning about whales this week because we're doing like informational writing. But the video I showed them was talking about how like they each pod of whales, like they obviously like stick together in that pod till they die, and they have their own language. Like each pod creates its own way to communicate with each other.
It's so
much so to like where scientists are listening to the pods, they can determine which pod it is based off of their language.
Isn't that fascinating?
Insane.
And then like
my question is like, how are they like, this is what we're gonna say for come here? Like, how are they making that?
Making your own language.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Well, Pig Latin had to start somewhere. We get it.
And that's probably an idiotic question, but I'm just trying to determine how that would come about. It's a good question.
Like, how do you create a language? How do you sustain it? And then like over time, does it evolve?
Right.
When does it start fresh with different pods? And like, my boss came up to me this week and he was like looking at his phone and his face was just in shock. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, did you know that a whale's heart is the size of a Volkswagen Bug?
I did know that.
And I'm like,
not all of them.
And that's the thing. But I was like, yep, I actually did know that. And
Isn't that the fin whale or the blue whale?
The blue whale, I think.
Okay.
And he's like, and I said, and did you know that a full-grown man can like technically fit in the arteries of a blue whale? I believe it is. That's how big the arteries are.
Spooky.
And then I imagine myself there. I'm like, I can't go there. That's
that is chilling. But orcas aren't really whales. They're dolphins. They're in the dolphin family.
Yeah, is that so?
That is so.
Make it so.
So, which is the whole blackfish thing.
I know.
Kind of a little...
But that's the thing, is SeaWorld, do people even go there still?
Yeah, Greta, SeaWorld's still a place, and I deemed it to be shut down.
But the thing is, they're not breeding whales anymore. I don't think they do the Shamu show, so I'm like, what's even there that would be interesting to go see?
What's the draw there?
I know that they're trying to rebrand themselves as, like, educational, and also, like, they do a lot of studies around the world, blah, blah, sure, whatever. But as far as the park itself, I'm like, what's the draw? Why are we still here?
There's a really fun roller coaster.
Okay, my boss was also telling me about the roller coaster. He's like, have you been to SeaWorld? Have you been on the roller coaster?
So fun.
So the one he was telling me about was one where you lie on your stomach. Is that the one you're talking about? Okay, because there's one where you're like a manta ray and you're like flying around on your stomach. He's like, it was crazy. Fun. But the one you're talking about,
it's the Aladdin one where you go up in the tower, like, and then it opens the doors and you just like...
Is it called Atlantis or Aladdin?
Oh.
Is it Atlantis? Because I told him
it might be Atlantis.
Because I said, oh, is it the Atlantis roller coaster? He's like, no. And here's a Jenica. Okay, there's an Aladdin roller coaster at SeaWorld.
For some reason, it was Aladdin because the tower looks like Aladdin. Like, you go up in this I don't know.
It's kind of like vaguely Asian looking.
But you're correct. It's not Aladdin. It's Atlantis. And it's so fun. Me and my dad and Caitlin went on it like 18 times.
Oh my god. So is it a roller coaster or is it like Tower of Terror? Or
it's a roller coaster.
Right.
You fly around. It's a blast.
Steep
and
drops.
It's kind of a little bit of a Splash Mountain vibes because you go at the end, like shoots you out with the water.
Does it go upside down?
Negative.
Negatory. Do you like upside down roller coasters?
I used to until I got old.
And you don't like them anymore?
They make me feel really dizzy.
Oh, that's too bad.
But they are they're fun if I can look past that.
They are. It's so funny because you don't even really feel that you're upside down. You're just like, whoa.
Yeah, it's weird, right?
So
how your brain doesn't know how to like compute that.
I have been craving going back to Disney and all that so bad, but that's a conversation for another time.
That does sound so fun.
I know. Okay, this is just a quick little thought, but do you remember back in our day when they would have commercials for like Reese's Puffs and all that other stuff? And then at the end, they would show this table that has like an orange and a waffle and some eggs, and they're like, part of this complete breakfast.
Oh, yeah. And Americans were like, no, that is the breakfast,
That is the breakfast, my guy. The cereal is the breakfast.
The sugar, that's my breakfast.
I love how, like, is that like an FDA requirement?
I'm sure they have to say that. Like, this is not a complete meal.
Make sure there's an egg on screen so people don't get the wrong idea that Reese's Puffs is enough for your day.
That's so funny. I'd never put that together, but you're so true.
But the other thing about it is I was thinking about those commercials and I was like, didn't the complete breakfast look so good?
Yeah.
Oh my word. I could go for one of those.
The orange juice.
Oh, I could go for a complete breakfast right now.
And you know what's so funny is like, you know, shows like back in the day, they'd always be like, have these full meal deal breakfast, and the kid would run in, grab
the burnt toast,
take
and
a bite and run away.
I'm good, thanks. I can literally think of like 3
have some
different
breakfast,
things.
Timmy.
Yeah, who like spent that much time making breakfast
and every day on a school day for your children?
And like you should know the way your kid eats enough to be like, oh no, he's just gonna run through here and grab a piece of burnt toast, but I'm still committing to
I know
all
at this point, just make him the toast and call it.
And then like we never see what happens after the fact. Like, does mom stand there and sigh and go, okay, gotta bottle all this up,
right?
Gotta put these all in Ziplocs and Tupperwares.
I know, is she just tossing this? Like, I don't understand.
I mean, breakfast food doesn't keep. Like eggs, we're not reheating.
That's what I'm saying.
A scrambled egg.
You can't really save toast. You can't really save eggs.
Yeah, juice is fine.
Bananas,
maybe bacon.
Bananas.
They'll keep.
Okay. Unless they're open.
Yeah, right.
The pancakes,
open banana.
She just opens. She opens
the banana. Pre-peels the bananas.
Pre-peeled bananas, and all you want is toast. Come on,
Timmy.
Who wants to just hold on to like a raw banana without the skin to eat it?
And like, imagine your hands not washed, and you've been like going about your day,
handling that,
and you're just like you've been driving with your greasy steering wheel, and you're just holding a banana, and you're like, I'm eating.
Bananas are cute.
They are cute.
They're like already wrapped.
That was what Michelle Obama's whole thing was.
Right.
Back in her day, she was like, we love fruit because it comes in its own bag.
That's cute.
It was kind of cute. Thomas the other day was like, okay, imagine a banana, but it's the texture of an orange. Like, it's like a citrus.
I can't.
I know.
I don't know what that would even be.
I mean, imagine a banana, you peel it, and in the inside, it's still banana flavor, but it's the texture and grit of like
an orange?
The fibers of an orange. Weird.
I don't.
It's so hard for the brain.
Yeah,
right?
I don't think I can even compute
weird.
that.
Super weird. Other food question.
Yeah.
Don't you hate how you eat one chocolate chip and your whole mouth gets disgusting?
It's coated.
Yep.
You have to have like more than one to make it.
That's the thing. You're like, I guess I'm gonna have to have a handful of these bad boys to make the mouth thing make sense.
Easter's coming. You know what I just thought is in the stores right now?
Those caramel eggs.
Ugh, no, Greta.
Oh yeah, you don't like those.
The Cadbury eggs, the little ones.
I love those.
The crunchy chocolate.
I was just telling my sisters how I love being an adult because I can just buy Easter candy whenever I want.
Those are dangerous for me. If I buy, I will eat the whole bag.
Oh, I know.
How do you eat them? Do you suck? You're gonna need to cut that.
I'm not.
I meant like do
you hold them
the
in your
coating
mouth
off
until
and then like
melts.
Melt it, or do you take off the the outer layer and then eat the chocolate?
Yes, so I like bite down and let some of the coating.
You bite down?
So you bite down a little bit, you let some of the coating crumble off into your mouth, and then Are
you eating this in 2 bites?
I'm not like biting into it. I'm biting enough so the coating breaks off.
Outside of the mouth?
Mm-hmm. and then I eat
and it just crumbles onto your lap.
No, you eat it in your mouth. Look, I don't know how to explain it. You just bite it a little of the coating crumbles into your mouth, and then you put the rest in, and then I let it melt, and then I chew it a little bit right.
So the second half that's still hanging out is the crust coming off of that too?
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's really not. Okay. But you basically do it all in one motion, but the teeth just give it a little bite right before it all comes. Anyway,
maybe explaining how to eat something on an auditory platform is not.
People just have to be taken on the journey.
Well, if you're curious about what I do,
yes, I am, because apparently, and I know my way was kind of weird and hard to follow.
I suck it.
This is no good.
I suck it until it's soft enough to.
Jenica. Okay,
I apologize. To where it I can bite it with my teeth, but not enough to go through, so that it crackles all around, and then the skin sort of just falls.
No, off. I'm with you. I didn't know of all foods to describe this one would just be the craziest.
I know. I'm sorry. I deeply apologize.
Oh my word!
For having to listen to that.
Here's another hot take, though. Easter candy is the superior holiday candy.
I agree. The colored jelly beans. It's the pastels for me.
It's the pastels, and those M&Ms taste so good.
Oh, the pastel M&Ms.
Do they have Halloween M&Ms orange and brown?
They should, and
they should. They
don't. Do they? Purple? Yeah, I think they might. They're cute. Purple and orange and
but
green.
But again, we have to agree, right?
And
the
black?
Easter colors taste the best.
They do, especially in the M&Ms.
But the best Oreo, the best seasonal Oreo, Halloween for sure.
The orange,
yum.
Ew, it's so much food coloring.
But the way they have a little ghost on it,
yum. Do they?
Yeah, the cookie has a pumpkin or a ghost. They're really cute. Or a haunted house.
That's adorable. I didn't know they had that.
It's super cute.
I don't think I've ever bought Halloween Oreos.
We will.
Okay.
This fall.
Okay.
Coming this fall.
Stay tuned, guys. Honestly, that's something to look forward to.
We'll have our Andrew Garfield pillow. We'll have our visual.
You guys don't even know what's coming for you.
Oh, it's happening.
But speaking of Oreos, I saw this clip, and of course, but it was our society is so messed up. It was an Oreo, and it was cookies and cream flavor. It's that is what Oreos are.
Oreo. So the filling was cookies and cream flavored.
Yeah, they're cookies and cream flavored Oreos. It's
oh my word. I feel when Oreo started doing those special flavors, it was whoa, this is so untapped. This is so cool. And now I'm just with everything. I'm so tired of it.
Remember?
Yes, I know what you're going to say.
The cookie butter Oreo.
Cookie butter Oreos. Remember how we ran into Albertsons?
I cried.
Screaming. We were crying. You had tears running down your face.
Because I was so excited.
Yep, she was.
I don't remember. I think I had them at work. Someone brought them to work, and it was the best thing I ever put in my mouth, and I couldn't find them anywhere, and we finally found them. And I don't think they make them anymore. I think it was limited edition.
Oh, shoot. Go on eBay and try to find some stale boys.
I want to, because if you guys didn't have the cookie butter Oreo, you missed out on something
magic. And they're
magic.
probably honestly still soft as can be and just fine.
It's been years, but
that's what I'm saying, though. That stuff keeps chemicals, man.
Okay, so what's happened to all the older blonde men?
Oh my stars. Are we talking Brad Pitt, or who are you referring to?
I'm just saying,
Ryan Gosling?
I cannot picture an older blonde man.
Okay, I've got one for you.
Tell me, please. I've been racking my brain.
Okay, William Zabka. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't. Show me.
He's from The Karate Kid. He was the bad guy.
Okay.
He's back acting.
And he's older?
He's in his 50s.
And he's still blonde?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Crazy.
Okay, because
It's crazy to see, though, because
it kind of takes you off guard.
It is, because a blonde man is already whoa, okay, but an older blonde man is whoa, they still make them blonde when they're old.
They still make them blonde.
Because I think we associate blonde with youth.
Oh, for sure. And then someone was saying that they all bald, blonde men just bald.
Oh, is that a thing?
Oh, wow. But this is him when he's younger, no?
No, that was this is him.
Oh my goodness.
He's in his 50s or 60s.
So weird to look at.
Isn't that weird?
I love that.
I know.
It's cool.
But I remember so he's in Cobra Kai, and I remember when the first season dropped, I saw him and I was blonde adult man.
Right?
Very crazy on the brain.
What are the odds?
It's very difficult.
I can't picture a blonde man past 30, but that's cured it for me.
There he is. They exist.
But this is what I wrote in my notes. The note is almost funnier than anything.
I love it.
Older blonde men turn bald, go brown. What's the deal? Do they go brown?
Well, a lot of people, their hair gets darker the older they get, which is why him being that blonde is kind of shocking.
Right?
Unless he dyes it. I don't know.
Interesting.
But I also am like, maybe they just go gray.
But that looks pretty natural. Yeah, that's another thing that we were talking about. Like, maybe they just turn gray.
And I've been wondering for myself, like, when am I going to... If I get, like, gray hair or white hair and it gets kind of salt and peppery, will we really be able to tell? Or will it take a while to be like, oh, your hair is turning, like, gray?
Right. I don't know.
I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
There's so few blondies in the world. You're so
I know. And then I'm also
untapped.
Sometimes I look and I'm like, are there white hairs in my hair?
You wouldn't know those, so good for you.
Yeah, I guess. It'll just look like highlights for a minute.
Oh my goodness.
Until
lucky
it doesn't.
Ducky.
Do you have gray hairs?
No, girl.
Okay, that'll be the week. Well, ladies and gents, oh my goodness, where'd my voice go? Oh,
I'll take it from here.
please.
Thank you guys for listening. This has been another episode of Spaghetti for Your Thoughts. Sorry about the audio and video issues.
Yep, if you stuck around this long, we know who you are. Thank you so much.
We love you guys. Love
Follow
you.
us on Instagram.
Yes, please.
Yep, love you, Jen.
Love you. Bye.
Farewell.
Farewell.